Let's call our April 2025 Fayetteville City School Board meeting to order. Our chairman, Mr. Clark, is out again tonight, so I'm going to be filling in for him once again. So, first thing on our agenda, and we are meeting at Ralph Askins School this month. We go to a different school each month, try to get out of the office and go to a different school. So this month we are at Ralph Askins. So the first thing is the approval of the agenda, and board members, you should have gotten a copy in your packets. If you take a second to look over the agenda, and I'd entertain a motion for approval if there are no changes, additions, or deletions.
So moved.
That's what I said.
So moved.
Okay,
Second.
second. All right, all in favor of approving the agenda, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Okay, the agenda has been approved. All right, if you would, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. We have a flag right back behind us there. Okay. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, and we had the minutes from our last meeting, our March 3rd regular board meeting. They have been submitted in your packets as well. If anyone has any questions or changes to those minutes, if not, I will entertain a motion for approval of the March 3rd regular board meeting minutes.
So moved.
Okay, we have a motion. We have a second.
Second.
Okay. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Okay, we have the approval of our March 3rd regular board meeting minutes. Also in your packets were the disbursements for March. You would, if you haven't already, take a second to look at those disbursements. We'll answer any questions you may have.
So moved.
All right, we've got a motion to approve the March disbursements. Do I have a second?
Second.
All right, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. All right, we have the approval of the March disbursements. Next we have Ms. Baker with our principal's reports.
Good evening. I'll start out with our current enrollment. So in pre-K we have 64, kindergarten 109, first grade 87, second grade 68, third grade 78, fourth grade 91, fifth grade 71 for a total of 568. This last Friday, we had our second annual women's greeting here at the school. So we had women from the community come out. So we would like to thank everyone who took time to come out and greet the kids as they were getting off the buses and out of their cars. It's a nice way to start out the day, and we look forward to doing that again next year. As we mentioned, we had our therapy dog, Henry is his name. He started full-time at Ralph Askins. So if you come by and visit, you'll see him walking around the halls, and his primary handler is Miss Brittany Barnett, and secondary handler is Miss Jennifer Walker, and we're just excited to have him here at Ralph Askins. We begin our TCAP testing tomorrow at Ralph Askins, and it will last through next week. We appreciate everyone who came out this morning for our little parade to cheer on our 3rd through 5th graders. They've been working really hard, and we know it's going to show off as they start tomorrow. So that's what I have for Ralph Askins. I have the report from Dr. West for the middle school. his enrollment numbers: 6th grade has 66 students, 7th grade 60, 8th grade 74, for a total of 200. They started their TCAP testing today, and they will test over the next 3 weeks. Progress reports will be going home tomorrow from Fayetteville Middle School students, and there are a few important dates that are coming up in May. On May the 3rd, they will have 8th grade night in the gym for the 8th graders. On May 13th, the 5th graders from Askins will actually go over during the day to visit the middle school. And then on May 19th, they will have their Tiger Breakout Day. And then from Mr. Perrin for Fayetteville High School, their enrollment: seniors 93, juniors 78, sophomores 70, freshmen 62, for a total of 303. They had their prom on Saturday, April 5th, and I know I saw the pictures. The students looked really good, and they had that event at Evergreen at Gunter Hollow. Their EOC testing started today as well. He said their first day went well. Their testing schedule can be found on the Facebook page, and he also emailed that out to the parents and students on the Week at a Glance. They would like to say a special thank you to Miss Michelle Mitchell. She has had over 70 students fill out their FAFSA form, which is a 10% increase in the students from the previous year. They are already starting to work to get students their schedules for the next school year, so they've started that. And they have their spring sports, which are in full swing. I know they have their soccer senior night, which is going to be Tuesday, April 29th at 5:30. And then the softball senior night will start at 4:30 p.m. on May the 1st. So that's what the high school has coming up. Thank you.
very much.
Thank you very much. Always busy in April and May. All right. So in accordance with Board Policy 1.404, members of the public who are making comments and have given the board advance notice, it is their time to speak, but I don't think we had anybody
No,
that
ma'am.
wanted to speak.
No one requested
Okay.
for the policy.
All right. Supervisors, anyone have a report tonight?
None report.
Well, we appreciate your attendance.
Yeah, we
and,
appreciate
everyone's always welcome to provide a report, but I appreciate your attendance and interest in the meeting, so thank y'all for being here. They've been busy as well, got
Yeah.
lots of things going on. Of course, Claudia was she kind of was the lead on getting the therapy dog in, and we're very pleased with that. And Miss Jean has been working extra, put a lot of effort into helping us shore up different positions and casting our nets far and wide to recruit the best talent we can
Okay.
for open
I
positions.
was gonna
So
say, I can share that we have 2 of our paraprofessionals that are enrolled in UT Plays,
Mhm.
and we'll be supporting them this next year, and they will be earning, they have a 4-year degree, they'll be earning their SPED degree within a year.
Oh, wow.
So that's UT Plays has been a great program that we've worked with, so we've got 2 that'll be earning that special ed, and they're with us, they've been with us this year, and they'll be with us next year as paraprofessionals in the supporting SPED students, so we're happy to have that, because it's hard to find SPED teachers.
yes, everyone in this room's aware of how difficult it is and how high demand special education licenses are. But for the people watching at home, that's one of the most high demand positions to fill. And it's really a good thing when we can have a couple of people going through to help a system our size, make sure we're on top of providing our best services to the students with special needs. It's a really good thing. I appreciate your efforts. So that'll take care of supervisors' reports.
All right. Ms. Williams, if you go over our March 2025 financial reports.
Okay, these were emailed earlier to you, and these are year-to-date revenues and expenditures through the month of March, and there are just for your review, and I will entertain any questions you may have.
Anyone have any questions for Ms. Williams? All right, thank you, ma'am. All right, committee reports, facilities and transportation.
Yes, ma'am. I've got quite a lot to bring up this evening, so I'll try to work through everything as quickly as possible and do this efficiently. The first thing I'd like to mention is our Ralph Askins, the entry capital project, that opened for bids a little over a week ago, and the bids came in a little higher than we were anticipating, but still within budgetable range. So to to make everything as easy as possible, the construction bids over $1 million. The paving bid was, we're thinking we're going to save up the difference and more, because the paving, our projection on paving is going to be way less than what was budgeted for that project. So all things are going to wash, and I would like permission for us to go ahead and get everybody on board. So I'd like for the board to vote to approve me beginning signing contracts and beginning the capital project for the changing and upgrading of the entrance to Ralph Askins School.
So moved.
So moved.
All right, we got a motion, got a second?
Second.
All right, all in favor of approval of the Ralph Askins capital project, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. All right,
Thank
it has
you.
been approved.
That's great. The next item I'd like to mention, I've been speaking with Jeff Deaton about the property across from the middle school that joins the parcel that we purchased. He's willing to sell us that property for $240,000. That is a very reasonable sum and a manageable request for us. I think it would be in our interest to acquire that property. I do want to make the board aware that asking our attorney about title search, there does seem to be an old restriction placed on that property where the use needs to be professional office use. That being said, in consultation with the attorney, they said that it should not be an issue, considering that the city and the county, we can get a letter from them saying it's good, and the last heir, we can request them to modify or amend that or to drop that. But regardless, it'd be a good property for us to have. So if we can't use it for the primary ideas that we do have, we have plenty of professional people who need office space to be able to utilize it. So what I would like is for the board to entertain a vote that we would purchase. I want to judge your interest in purchasing this property with the restriction that we would be able to have that restriction modified. That would be my request. I think that's reasonable.
So moved.
All right, we have a motion. Second,
Second.
okay. All in favor of approval of the purchase of the Deaton property, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. All right. It has been approved. Go ahead with the purchase.
Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate y'all's consideration of those. You can tell it's been really busy in facilities and transportation. We've also, last week we had a meeting with the FEMA project for a pre-bid meeting, and we had a great deal of interest. The multipurpose room was full of people, so at least 3 very capable, interested bidders. More than that likely, but I feel good about the prospects that we'll be able to get a good bid with this project as we come closer to our bid date. I believe it's May 6th off the top of my head, but that was encouraging. I want to let y'all know where we are with that. We do have on the finance end an approval for an invoice for the architectural services. This is the second large approval that we will ask for, and then this does fall in, I believe in your packets as you read it, you'll be able to determine We'll write a check for the total amount, and then the reimbursements will come in, so that the bottom amount is what we will effectively pay on that, which, when you read it, is pretty exciting. So I want to make everyone aware of that, and that'll end my facilities and transportation report.
All right. Next, we have Finance Committee, and we have a lot of things to approve tonight for the Finance Committee.
Yes, I figured you'll want to ask for the actual approval.
Okay, you want me to do it?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
So, per, Eric's discussion on invoice number 1, the JBHM, I would ask your approval to proceed in paying this invoice.
Okay, I move to approve the JBHM invoice number 1 for their architectural services through construction for the Fayetteville City Schools Gymnasium Safe Room DR-4514-004-R. Can I get a second? That's a mouthful.
It's a big project.
Okay. All right, we have a motion and a second. All in favor of approval of invoice number 1 for JBHM, say aye. All opposed, say nay. All right, we have been approved. All right, next, for the Finance Committee, you should have in your packets, the teacher and principal salary scale for fiscal year 2025 and 2026. Take a second to look at that, and we'll entertain any questions or comments you may have about that.
This is a 5% increase from last year. Just raise the scale 5%.
I make a motion to approve the teachers and principal salary scale for fiscal year 25-26.
Okay, we have a motion. Second?
Second.
Okay. All right, we have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye. All opposed, say nay. All right. Approval of teacher and salary scale for fiscal year 2025-26 has been approved. Next on the agenda for approval is the system-wide salary scale for FY 25-26. Anybody has any questions or comments on the scale? If not, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I don't have any questions.
Oh,
Just make a motion.
all right, we have a motion and a second.
Second.
All right, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. All right, we have approval of the system-wide salary scale for FY 25-26. Next on the agenda is the support staff salary scale for fiscal year 25-26. Any questions or comments on that one? If not, I'll entertain a motion for approval.
Make a motion.
Okay, we have a motion.
Second.
Second. All right, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right, all opposed say nay. All right, we have approval of the support staff salary scale for FY 25-26. Next, we have the approval of the Askins supplements for fiscal year 25-26. And I think there was just one for that one. Take a quick look at that. Do you have any questions? Entertain a motion for approval.
Make a motion.
All right, got a motion? Second.
Second.
All right. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. All right, we have the approval of the Askins supplements for fiscal year 25-26. Next, we have the approval for the Fayetteville Middle School supplements, fiscal year 25-26. There are no questions. I'll entertain a motion for approval.
Make a motion.
All right, we have a motion
Second.
and a second. All right, all in favor say aye. All opposed say nay. All right, we have approval of the FMS supplements for fiscal year 25-26. All right, now we have approval for the Fayetteville High School supplements for fiscal year 25-26. There are no questions or comments. I'll entertain a motion for approval.
Make a motion.
All right.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. All right, we have approval of the FHS supplements for fiscal year 25-26. All right, next we have approval of the general purpose budget for fiscal year 2026. You guys want to take a second to look at that? Have any questions or comments about the FY26 budget?
Make a motion.
All right, I have a motion.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Okay, we have approval of the general purpose budget for fiscal year 26. Next in your packets, we have approval of the cafeteria budget for fiscal year 2026. There are no questions or concerns. I'll entertain a motion for approval.
Make a motion.
All right, I have a motion
Second.
and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. All right, we have approval of the cafeteria budget for fiscal year 2026. All right, I think this may be our last one. All right, the last for the finance committee is approval for the capital projects budget for fiscal year 2026. If there are no questions or concerns, I will entertain a motion for approval.
Make a motion.
We have a motion
Second.
and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. All right, we have approval of the capital projects budget for fiscal year 2026. All right, next we have our insurance and policy committee.
I just leaned over and was like, can I do it? Somewhere else. Just have a few tonight. I make a motion that we approve policy 5.302, the sick leave on the first reading.
Okay, we have a motion
Second.
and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. All right, we have approval of policy 5.302, sick leave on the first reading.
The next one is, I make a motion for approval of policy 5.701, substitute teachers on the first reading.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. All right, policy 5.701, substitute teachers, has been approved on first reading.
And the last one, asking for approval of I-350, repeating high school courses on the first reading.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Okay, we have approval of I-350, repeating high school courses on the first reading. All right, Mr. Jones.
Okay, next up on the agenda, we have the approval of a resolution affirming the intent to participate in Section 4 of the Education Freedom Act of 2025, which provides a one-time $2,000 bonus to teachers. This is, a copy of this resolution is a draft copy that was put together with a lot of consideration from a lot of different sources, and I believe the draft is appropriate for our purposes, specifically to affirm the intent to participate in Section 4.
All right, I move we approve the resolution affirming intent to participate in Section 4 of the Education Freedom Act, providing one-time $2,000 bonus to teachers. Can I get a second? All right, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Okay, we have approval of the resolution.
All right. In my report, I'd just like to tell all the little tigers and big tigers who are about to go through testing, I wish them all well. I know they're going to make us proud. We got a lot of wonderful young people across the system, and I just want them to know we're completely behind them, and looking forward to seeing the great results that they have at the end of testing. So we've got pretty weather for it, and I think it's going to be a good year for it. So that's all I have.
All right. All right, we have on the agenda approval of a resolution to make May the 1st Teacher Appreciation Day. And I'll just read a little bit of the resolution. It says, whereas the teachers of Fayetteville City Schools have dedicated themselves to nurturing and educating the youth of our community with commitment, care, and professionalism. These educators have worked tirelessly to create an environment conducive to learning and personal growth, ensuring that each student receives the attention and support necessary to succeed. It goes on to say their dedication extends beyond the classroom through involvement in extracurricular activities, personal mentorship, and community engagement, enriching the lives of their students and the vitality of our community as a whole. Therefore, be it resolved that the Fayetteville Board of Education expresses its heartfelt appreciation and gratitude to the teachers of Fayetteville City Schools for their unwavering dedication and outstanding contributions to education. So I move that we approve to make May 1st Teacher Appreciation Day.
Second.
Second? All right. All in favor of approving May 1st as Teacher Appreciation Day, say aye.
Aye.
All right. All opposed, say nay. All right. We have approved May 1st as Teacher Appreciation Day. And we definitely
Excellent.
appreciate everything that they do for our system and our kids. All right. So the last thing on our agenda is each year we need to schedule a work session for our director's evaluation. Our next regular scheduled board meeting is on May 5th at Fayetteville Middle School at 5 p.m. I propose that we have the evaluation meeting right before that meeting at 4:30, if that works with everybody's schedules. 4:30 on May 5th, is that fine? Does anybody have a scheduling conflict? You don't know? We'll go ahead and schedule May 5th at 4:30 for the director's evaluation, and then immediately after at 5 p.m. we'll roll right into our regular scheduled school board meeting. Okay. Does anybody else have anything? Any questions, comments? Anything? All right. If anyone doesn't have anything, we'll appreciate you being here with us and taking the time with us tonight, and this meeting shall stand adjourned.